Alright, so I'm back with another video, and in this video I'm going to be uh, celebrating the Super Bowl, which happens to be tomorrow, between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs. And chess.com has put out two bots, computers, chess engines, uh, that correspond to the teams. So there's a Philadelphia Eagles bot and there is a Kansas City Chiefs bot. So what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be comparing the two and seeing which one is better. So Philadelphia is first. So Philadelphia plays strong defense, both over the chessboard and on the field. Can you beat them before Kansas City gets their shot? And then Kansas City reads, Kansas City plays actively both on the chessboard and on the gridiron. Can you beat them before Philadelphia gets their shot? So I'm going to be playing both of these engines, and I'm going to try and beat them as quickly as possible. And I'm going to try and play relatively similarly in both games. And I'm going to, just based on two games, so one game against each, I'm going to try and determine which one puts up more resistance. So I'm going to go ahead and start with this Philadelphia bot, and let's just jump right in. So I'll just play as random, and it'll be challenge, no help of any kind, and let's just do it. Okay, so jumping right in, e4. Let's play knight to c6, the Nimzowitsch defense. Very atypical. I'm going to play d5, this Scandinavian variation. Okay, e5. Typically, people go bishop to f5 here. So I want to get this bishop outside the pawn chain before I play e6, because if I play e6 right away, my bishop will get blocked in. Okay, so white goes knight to e2. Not the best move because it's blocking this bishop, but the knight could potentially be coming to g3, which could be decent. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm between h6 and h5. So knight g3 is probably coming, but I think I'm going to go h5 here. And on knight g3, I'll just drop my bishop back to g6, and then I'll play h4. I suspect that white will probably go h4 himself here. Okay, bishop to g5. All right, so that stops me from going pawn to e6 here. But let's see, let's consider my options here. I can still just go pawn to h4, so I'll just do that. And see, yeah, the knight has to go back to e2, so not very good use of white's time to do this. So let's take a look. What can we do here? I could go knight to b4, threaten c2 potentially. That's an option. I might also just go queen d7 and just try and get the queen in. Knight b4 is still on the table, still possible. So I think it's something to consider now, but I'm not sure. So knight b4, I suspect either bishop d3. Bishop d3 would be fine, but knight a3. So if knight to a3 there to defend c2, what is my follow-up? Maybe queen f5. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Okay, so that's not a very good move because that hangs this pawn on c2, which is defended by this bishop. Okay, so that's just going to be winning a rook. So that was a3 was not a very good move by the engine. So I'm going to go queen to f5 here, and I'm going to hit the bishop on g5, and I'm also going to threaten queen takes b1, which the engine appears to have missed. And it also appears that I've missed that that is defended by this knight. So I guess I don't really have anything there. So what do I do here? Not really sure here. I could go e6 potentially. Do I just go e6 here? What do I do here? Maybe knight h6. Let's go e6. Okay, knight in. Knight to d2 here. So I'm thinking there could be some sacrifice coming up soon, potentially. White doesn't really have a lot of play here, so I'm really thinking about just developing this knight. and seeing what white does. Okay. Bishop to e2. Okay, I think I'm going to go knight to g4 here. Actually, I'm not going to do that because I would hang the knight. I don't know what I'm thinking right now. So how do I finish this off? I think I'm just going to... I could just develop. I'm not really doing a whole lot right now, though. c5, take... I don't know why I put my knight on h6. It didn't really make a lot of sense. So how do I finish this off? Thinking c5. Yeah, whatever. Okay, g4. So I'm probably just going to en passant capture here. And then what? Take on d4. Just keep things relatively simple here. I'm just going to play rook to c8. He could potentially play queen a4, but okay, he plays bishop takes a7, and I don't think this is the correct way to play. d4, there's also bishop takes a3. I think I'm going to go bishop takes a3. So if he goes queen a4, maybe I don't want to do that. That would probably not be the best. Playing a little bit recklessly here, but shouldn't be that big of a deal. I think I'm going to play what? What am I going to play? Bishop takes a3, queen a4. I wonder if there's any value in playing b5. Nah, b5 you can play bishop takes. Maybe I... kind of at a crossroads here. Maybe I go knight back to c2. Okay, h4, I'm not really sure what that does. I think I'm going to go knight takes... No, I'm going to go bishop takes a3. Yeah. Takes, so now I have rook takes, c3, looks pretty good. I think I'm going to do that. And then, okay, here, where's the mate? Let's find the most efficient mate. Let's do what? So here, could go here. Could just take the queen there. I'll just do this. This is simple. If king b2, I can just take here. This is simple enough. Okay, bishop takes d1. This is pretty much over. What do I do here? Queen d3. That should do it. That should get the job done. So take here and then rook c1. Okay. Rook a3. Yeah, that's going to be it. Okay, so that game was longer than it probably should have been, but, you know, I guess, you know, Philly put up a decent amount of resistance, so, okay, 26 moves, so let's move on to the next one. Okay, Kansas City, let's take a look and see. Okay, so I got the black pieces, white goes d4. So I think I'm going to go knight f6 and see what white has up his sleeve. Okay, standard queen pawn opening, so we got c4, knight f3. Maybe I'll play a Bogo Indian, just for fun. Okay, knight c3, we're back into a Nimzo Indian. I'm going to go b6 and fianchetto this queenside bishop. Okay, queen c2, yeah, sure. I'm going to go bishop b7. The bishop is good on this long diagonal. So here, I like going knight e4, I think, generally. But there are a lot of different ways to play this here. Yeah, I think I'll just go knight e4. And then if bishop d3, I go f5. Okay, so h4 doesn't really strike me as a great move. Just kind of random. Okay, so bishop takes c3 is a possibility. I could also just castle. Or I could play f5. I could play knight c6. I can't play knight c6, but I think I'm probably leaning towards f5. Yeah, sure. Let's do that. Queen e2 is a really strange move, and I don't think it's a very good one. So I'm going to take here, and then after b takes c, I'm going to take back. And so that's just going to be a fork. So it seems that Kansas City is putting up significantly less resistance than Philadelphia is. So I don't know if that's any sort of foreshadowing to the actual Super Bowl, but these bots seem to operate that way. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to kick his knight. He's just not going to... Okay. He's just not going to do anything about that. Oh, that's a tricky move. I'm surprised that that bot found that. Wow. I guess I can just take here. This should be fine. I still have a lot of material here. I have, let's see, I have two rooks and a knight and a pawn for a queen. So that's not all that bad. So here I think I might just play a5, counterattack potentially. I could also play bishop takes g2 now. I'll do that. Queen takes a1 would be bad. Queen takes a1 would still be bad. And fell right for it. Just the classic skewer. So looks like Kansas City did not quite put up nearly as much resistance as the Eagles did, but I did just hang my rook, so that does give white some hope. I'm prolonging this game just for fun. This game will be over shortly. Alright, so that ended that, but that took way too long. So that was like 50-something moves, but I just hung a bunch of pieces. I would say that the Eagles bot did better, but, you know, or at least it was a closer game. But, you know, I'm not really sure how much that really says about either football team, considering these are just chess.com chess bots. But that's all for this video, and I will see you guys next time.